Alright. Hello. I just wanted to make a small video about talking about Chainsaw Man. The new chapter was very good. Was very good. I do not even know where to begin. I'm glad my goat's back. Let's go, Yoshida fans. He's back. I, I yeah, so this is obvious spoilers for anyone. But yeah, Yoshida's back. And basically what the chapter was today is like him and Denji talked, and he Yoshida fed Denji food, and then he fucking blows up. And now that's what I wanted to talk about. What? First of all, I don't think he's dead. Mm-mm. That boy ain't dead. But I do believe the Yoshida that we knew and that Denji knew metaphorically is dead, regardless of whether Yoshida comes back or not. Because it seemed very ambiguous. Very ambiguous. And we won't know for another 2 weeks what's going to happen. So we have a lot of time to fester. Now, why did Yoshida blow up? There are many reasons. Suicide, like double suicide, trying to kill him, both him and Denji, which is a possibility. Reze coming back is super plausible too. I've seen theories that is Yoshida Reze? I personally do not believe so. But if they are, I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, if they are the same person, I wouldn't be surprised. But I also think that Yoshida blowing himself up is not a public safety plan. That was I personally think that either okay, because right before Yoshida came, uh Fumiko came and proposed an ultimatum to Denji. And assuming that she's under the public safety net, why would public safety then send Yoshida right after Fumiko to give him an ultimatum to go blow himself up? That doesn't make sense. They already sent someone. So either one of the two, Yoshida or Fumiko, is working one of their own agendas or something like that. Because that's like, I don't understand why public safety would send not both one after another instead of just together. So I personally believe Yoshida might have gone AWOL personally and started just doing shit himself. Why does that involve blowing himself up? I don't know. I really don't know. But I do think Fumika or Yoshida, one of them are working their own agendas and one of them are not under public safety regulations when they approach Denji. Yoshida most likely, because he quite literally did blow himself up and Denji. Uh, there's a high possibility of Reze showing up, and there's a high possibility of Yoshida turning into something else, or just straight up disappearing again. Because a switch could mean he switched spots with a person, he switched forms, aka there has been huge theories about if Yoshida has been fake Cellman or not. And or he's switching sides, like going AWOL from public safety and doing whatever he wants. Why or what is he planning to do if he's separated himself from public safety? Because that's the first time he's fully worn the public safety outfit. And I think that would be so funny if the first time he fully wore the suit. No, actually, he wore the suit and tie a while ago. Actually, yeah, scrap that. He did wear the suit and tie a while ago when Denji first woke up after Nayuta and him separating. But like, So weird. And I definitely think a lot of stuff with Yoshida is intentional. Like when when Yoshida first came out during the part one, during the what was that art called? The first time he showed up in the arc. Um I jumped on the Yoshida train immediately. I was like, okay, that's a goated character design. He seems fun. But like, uh the gay allegations were a joke. But like after part two, it's like, okay, this guy's definitely a little fruity. And the way Denji reacts to Yoshida is very telling. So there's that. There's the entrance. Yeah. I just don't know what is going through Fujimoto's brain for the main part. This could be a comeback of Rize, or that a Yoshida is a different character reveal. And how Denji feels. Because that's the first time, one of the few times where Denji has like willingly touched a dude, you know? And that was like very few male characters have touched Denji in terms of like, and not even that, you know? So I don't, and the saddest part is like there's so much Denji and Yoshida stuff that we haven't seen. Because by the sounds of it, Yoshida and Denji were acquaintances that hung out, by the seems of it, early part two. Well, we were during the Asa beginning of the story with her. So it's like there's a lot more to the relationship than we've seen. And I don't know how Denji feels. I don't know if Yoshida's just another guy Denji knew, or someone that Denji could call a friend. I have no clue. I know there's a lot of ways the story can go. I do truly believe that at least Yoshida uh went AWOL against public safety. I wanna push that narrative. Cause Fukimo, that's how you say her name, right? Yeah, Fumiko. I mean, Fumiko already killing the Death Devil does seem like something public safety would do. Like, in all honesty, because you saw what they try to do with the aging devil and whatnot. They're pushing like public safety aren't good people, no matter what. But I don't know. I hope Yoshida's alive. I waited months for him to come back. I cried that chapter because I was so mixed on how to feel, and Yoshida's like one of my favorite characters of all time. So I have no clue. I don't think he's dead. Someone like Yoshida has too many questions that haven't been answered that I don't think he would die yet. And I sadly think Yoshida's a character where we're gonna get half of those questions answered, and the other half are gonna be ambiguous. Also, they knowing Fujimoto, he can throw a fucking curveball, and then like Kishibe or Kobeni can like show up because those two have out of part one characters. I do not think those two have showed up at all during part two. Because we got Quancy back, we got Biram back, we got a lot of the people that was under Macamina's control back, except Reze, because she is definitely alive. Kobeni and Kishibe. And I think the least likely to show up is Kobeni. I hope she's living her best life and doing whatever. And out of public safety, out of devil hunting. I hope she's just living her own life. But because we haven't seen Kishibe at all, and that is the most puzzling thing. Because I'm fine, Kobeni makes sense not showing up. Reze makes sense because like that's suspense. That's one of the people Denji was closest to. So having her show up later is the biggest. But Kishibe not showing up at all is so puzzling. Especially since we've seen like Yoshida, the rest of public safety, and the new public safety characters. You surely think like old Mickey would like show up, but he hasn't. Especially since like him and Yoshida know each other and whatnot. But like whenever anything's happening, he hasn't shown up once. Not when Nayuta and Denji were being attacked. Not like whenever he has not shown up once. I don't know if he's dead or he retired. And I don't know even if he did retire or whatnot. I feel like he would still show up at least once. So like maybe like throwing it out there as a crackpot theory, this is like Yoshida blowing up is like giving Denji a third option of maybe both, for example. He doesn't need to kill either the Death Devil or the War Devil. And then the people behind that third option could be like Yoshida, Kishibe, and Reze. That'd be insane if that is. So, yeah. That's my overall thoughts and like guesses on what could happen next. Fujimoto's cooking. And also, if you're a Fujimoto fan like I am, I'm so hyped that a lot of his one-shots are getting animated or like being like getting animated. That is so cool. That is so good because I'm gonna be so annoying when Goodbye Eri gets a full movie. I'm gonna be so annoying. I'm gonna once again force my whole family to go watch that. Because I'm gonna be so annoying when that movie releases. But anyways. What are your thoughts if you're a Chainsaw Man fan? What are your thoughts about the chapter? Are you upset or glad Yoshida blew himself up? Do you think you know where the story is going? And maybe Reze will come back. I would be super happy if she did. But yeah, that's all for today, folks. Thank you. Bye-bye.